Good morning, everybody. I have another book for you. It's called Spirit of Hope by Bob Graham. And as I told you before, I absolutely love Bob Graham. He's from England and he's both an author and an illustrator. And in this book, it's about this wonderful family. They're very close and they love each other and they have a super cozy home. And they find out that they're going to need to move, and it's a really big problem. You're going to see why. And then they come up with a really creative way to solve the problem. Spirit of Hope. You can see they live near the factories. 6 days a week, the Fairweathers crossed the bridge. They waved to the passing trucks, and the drivers waved back. Everyone knew the Fairweathers, and the Fairweathers knew everyone. 6 days a week, the Fairweathers said goodbye to Dad at the factory gate, his lunch tucked under his arm in a brown paper bag. See, he's hugging his kids goodbye. 6 nights a week, Dad returned from work. The welcome he received was second to none. Each night he made the journey to the bathroom on his hands and knees. All the kids jump on top of him. Lily sat up front, then Cecily and Mickey, Dougie and Sammy, Jock the dog, Bumper and Thumper, and Trevor the tortoise. And last of all, there was Mary, the youngest Fairweather. Mary's right there. Mary plays a really important part in the story. If you look carefully at the pictures of Mary, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Dad washed off the oil from the factory. He scrubbed his nails, 10 little black crescent moons in a sea of foam, and he sang, "The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea-green boat." Then Mom sang, "Little Mary Fairweather dancing in the snow. Wiggle, 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 go, go, go." Sorry about that. And Dad did his bird calls. "Hopeless," yelled Mickey. "Let's be a ship at sea," they called. A chair was put on the kitchen table. "Who's the captain tonight?" called Lily. "Sammy can be captain," Mom replied. "Say it, Dad! Say it!" they yelled. "Full steam ahead," said Dad. "Let's imagine our house is a ship at sea, chugging along in the darkness. Listen to the engines. Pom de pom de pom." Sammy sat up in the chair with the captain's hat on and steered the house to far away and exotic places. And you can see now really where their house is. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere next to the factories. Then Lily and Cecily, Mickey and Dougie, Sammy and Mary would climb into bed and go to sleep with the sound of the big trucks rolling by in the night. The 7th day was picnic day on the docks, with plum jam sandwiches, root beer, and fruitcake. They heard the cries of the gulls and the slap of water on the hulls of the ships. One day they saw sailors from a faraway port. "Join us for our picnic," called Dad. "What is the name of your ship?" "Spirit of Hope," the sailors announced. And here I'm going to zoom in for you on their little picnic. Remember I said, keep your eye on the youngest little girl down there. As the Fairweathers returned home from their picnic, it seemed that their house was an island where the sun always shone. But that evening, everything changed. There was a knock at the door. "Are you the Fairweathers?" asked one of the men. "Yes," replied Dad. "Come in." "No, thank you," said the man. "We have come to inform you that you must move." 12 faces stared at him. "And soon," he added. You see, even the animals are all lined up there. "Why must we move?" Lily asked. "To make way for a factory," Dad replied. "A factory? Where?" Cecily asked. "Here," said Mom, pointing to the floor. "What for?" Mickey asked. "For matchsticks," replied Dad. "A factory to make matchsticks," Mom repeated. "And what will happen to our dear little house?" There was silence. "Matchsticks," Dad replied, and put his head in his hands. You see how the dad must be feeling right now. That night, there were no captains steering the ship from the kitchen table. A gloomy silence hung over the Fairweather house. "We must not despair," said Mom. "We must keep up a spirit of hope. No matter what happens, at least we are together. Tomorrow we shall look for a new house." All the next week, the Fairweathers searched with hope. Their friends all searched too. All they found were warehouses, factories, storage lots, and one small trailer out near the railway. "Too small," said Dad. "No grass for the rabbits," said Cecily. "We'll try again next week," said Mom. Mary said nothing. "I wonder if you're looking at Mary. I know the picture's not super clear, but I wonder if you're looking at her and you can think about what might happen. Maybe make a prediction." The following week, the Fairweathers searched in despair until they could search no more. "I feel," said Dad, "that we are adrift on a sea of trouble." "Well, I feel," said Mom, looking at Mary, "that the answer to our troubles is closer than we thought. Quick, Mary, we have no time to lose." "What are we going to do?" asked the children. "No time to explain," said Mom. Mary's house bumped along all the way home. If you haven't already talked to anybody about what you think might happen, pause. Well, if you're watching by yourself, I guess you could just think in your head. But if you're watching with somebody, pause and talk. What do you think the answer might be to their problem? "It must be something to do with Mary," said Lily. "No, it's nothing to do with Mary," said Cecily. "Hurry," called Mom. "Bring those planks over here." "Yes, it is Mary," said Mickey. "And her toy house," said Dougie. "Roll those drums over here." "Hurry," cried Mom. The excavator clawed its way to the corner of their house. "We're too late," shouted Dad. "All is lost." "We need our friends," yelled Mom. "Help!" cried the Fairweathers. And the Fairweather's friends came from everywhere. Mary Fairweather watched everything, her toy house dangling from its string. With a mighty wrench, the house left the ground and swung high in the air. It turned 3 times on its cable. Then it became a house on wheels. I shall call our house Spirit of Hope, shouted Dad, and he dipped his brush into a can of black paint. The Fairweathers' house bumped along the road all the way to the docks. Now, even on the darkest night, there is a light of glowing at the end of the pier. The house seems to be pulling gently at its moorings, wanting to slip away with the tide. Who will be captain tonight? Asked Cecily, Lily, Mickey, Dougie, and Sammy. Mary, says Dad. So I hope you liked this one. Another reason that I picked it is because I feel like right now we're all at home, we're not in school, and I know it's been really hard for me because I miss everybody at school a lot, all the teachers and everybody who works there and all the kids. And I feel like a book like this just helps me stay hopeful. And I really, really love the way their family is so positive and works together. And I just kind of like the magic in their house, even though it's kind of chaotic and crazy. They all really love each other. So I hope everyone has a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.